KO,
Yes, sir.
welcome to Dar es Salaam, man.
Total pleasure, bro.
How do you find the place?
Beautiful weather, beautiful people, just the energy around, the streets is amazing. So much culture. You want to go to a place and feel, just like you are in a different environment in terms of just the energy around it. And I think this place exudes just that, you know what I mean? So, it's a total pleasure just being out here. It's my first time and I'm looking to come back, a whole bunch of times.
Okay, so you also went to Nairobi and then went back to Johannesburg, then
I'm actually just making it one trip. I came from South Africa to here, and then on Wednesday I'm off to Nairobi, and then I'm gonna shoot back to South Africa straight after.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's know you well. Okay, you rose to prominence through your Teargas.
Yeah.
Want to know how did Teargas come up?
We studied together, me and the fellow homies from the group Nahreel and Teargas at Varsity, and it was just purely just a friendship that actually translated into a business. So we decided that we wanted to get into the music business. At the time I was a solo artist, Nahreel and Teargas were a duo, but we didn't have enough capital to actually kickstart both acts. So we decided to just form one group, and then probably later on we'll revisit the whole solo situation. And we had 4 successful albums, a whole bunch of awards as well, and yeah, so just last year we decided to revisit the whole solo thing, and here I am, KO, with a solo artist.
But Teargas is also is still
Yes,
there,
sir. Very
things.
very much, yeah.
Okay.
Very much alive.
Yeah, and now you have Cashtime Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cashtime Life was actually, just the brainchild of, it's something that we wanted to do as Teargas. We started off with, a mini act called Cashtime Fam a couple years ago. People might know, like a song called Goodbye with like X smashes and AB Crazy. And, a couple years later, we decided that we wanted to rebrand that and actually make it a bigger platform and a bigger, company, which is now why we, renamed it as Cashtime Life. And that's when, my business partner, Tabiso, came into the picture and, just helped build, what we actually had, and taking it to the next level, which is now like a proper cohesive company, a label, a lifestyle label, that seems to have, just shifted so many things as far as urban culture is concerned, not only in South Africa but throughout the continent of Africa, and we just want to continue building on that. And so Cashtime, Muzi from MTV, Nahreel, Mugs, DJ Vigilante, Kid X, and the team is still growing, so be on the lookout, man.
Okay, are you planning to sign artists outside South Africa also?
Vanessa Mdee somehow is indirectly at Cashtime Life, you know what I mean? Representer. Okay. Shout out to Vanessa and the rest of the crew out there. But we'd actually like to do some stuff with some of the guys from the continent, man. We got our ear to the ground, always looking out for new and exciting talent. It doesn't necessarily have to be hip hop. We just picked up a kid in South Africa. He's an R&B artist, and can't wait for the world to hear him, you know what I mean? So we actually just looking for anything that's jumping, something that we know can help just expand our reach as far as what the company is doing and all those kind of things. So we might pick up someone out here in Tanzania. You never know. Yeah.
Watch out. Okay, let's talk about beef now. There's a huge beef now brewing in South Africa.
Yeah.
Between AKA and Cassper Nyovest.
Yeah.
And I know there was a time when you were crowned by South Africa's hottest MCs by
Yes, sir.
MTV Base, and then Cassper Nyovest was crowned number 2, and he called you out. So we want to know if you are still, feuding, or you are in good terms.
Well, I mean, first of all, he didn't call me out on anything, because if he had called me out, then maybe I would have felt the need to react and do something about it. I mean, he just said something that, was just at face value, something that sort of kind of made him feel like he was above everyone else. But I mean, a couple of days later, he apologized on Twitter. So I mean, I respect him for that, and then we just continuing building, man. We don't necessarily, promote any of, all that crazy stuff, because for us, our main calling is music, and just doing all these great things and just building, you know what I mean? But beef and, tension is part of the culture, hip hop. I mean, there's ego and all kinds of things. And I'm not gonna lie to you right now and say, me and some of these guys are, buddies. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a real situation, but I mean, it's not on some crazy, like F you, F that type of situation. But I mean, you keep your distance. I mean, as long as you're not messing with my braid, I'm not messing with your situation, we can just continue hustling and doing what we do. So I know my lane, they know their lane, and it's beautiful. But more than that, we've always just encouraged, the spirit of unity, you know what I mean, and just building, man, because unfortunately in South Africa, hip hop is only started really taking center stage last year, and for us to be actually so divided amongst ourselves, where we are actually just a fraction of the market, is counterproductive, so just urging all the brothers, even beyond South Africa, let's just stay together and just continue making this money and taking the culture to the next level.
Okay. I know AKA is your good friend.
Yeah.
He once was featured. You and AKA was in DJ Vigilante's track, God's Will,
and
then
Run Josie.
Run Josie.
More records coming, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you guys planning a collaborative album together?
I can't actually say much about that right now. People have been calling for it, and I think if it does happen, actually it'll be game changing. But I don't want to put anything out there as yet. I mean, we've been talking about different things that we want to do together, and people just need to just watch the space, man. You'll never know. We might just mess around and drop a movie on you, some Tango and Cash or whatever, you know what I mean? So I mean, he's a good homie.
Okay.
I mean, so is just a whole bunch of other guys out there as well, man, that I really, ride with, beyond just the Cashtime guys, and AKA, there's Ricky, okay, my cool cat, the Questers and whatnot, I mean, a whole bunch of guys are doing some great things out there, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You mentioned Vanessa Mdee earlier.
Yeah.
And we know that Vanessa Mdee featured you in her track.
Yeah.
No Better Than Me, which is huge, not only in Tanzania, but also in Nigeria, South Africa.
Yeah.
And this is because of you two. So how does it, how did you find working with Vanessa Mdee?
I think just I met her actually when we were still doing the whole Teargas thing. I mean, when we were, I think we were in Nigeria a couple years ago, I think 2010 or whatever, you know what I mean? And just her energy, like her presence and just her charisma, it just says a lot about just where she comes from. And I didn't actually know she was an artist back then, because she was still working for MTV. Fast forward a couple years later, I see her video on TV. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So this is what's cracking out there. And then she reached out to me last year saying, yo, we want to do something. And eventually this year it happened. We were in the studio with Nahreel. Shout out to Nahreel, the producer of the record. I mean, we just bumped a couple of beats, and that's the one record that I felt like was me and her could connect properly, from an artistic perspective. And I'm just happy that it came out the way that it did. We actually shot a video like 2 days later, and interesting thing is in the studio, the intro that I do on the record in Swahili, they had to ghostwrite that whole situation for me, on some Quentin Miller. And for the first time someone wrote something for me, which is beautiful. I mean, I couldn't pull that off. I'm not gonna lie. So they actually helped me, with the pronunciation and getting diction right. And I saw, just the response on social media. People were like, "Oh, your Swahili is so good." I'm like, bro, we do this right here, man. I'm African at the end of the day, and I just want to learn more and more about the beautiful continent that we're living in, and I'm hoping that I could learn even more Swahili, get to do more stuff with some of the guys from out here, and just continue representing.
Okay. Yeah. Nahreel, the producer.
Yeah.
You once told me that you're planning to do something with him. Is it coming out?
He sent me some fire beats, bro. Some fire beats. I actually played them for AKA. We're actually planning on jumping on one of the beats that he sent through. Like, it's some beastly stuff. So hopefully on my next album I can have 1 or 2 records by the homie.
Okay.
And while I'm out here, I'm probably gonna just reach out to him and see if we can get more stuff. Because I just like the fact that his beats are different from what what I usually jump on. Okay. They don't sound like an American beat. They don't sound like a South African beat. They just sound like something like really crazy and like special, from different part of the world. You know what I mean? And that's just what I want to do. I want that to be the soundtrack to what my material and my craft, and being able to flex and adopt to different styles, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some stuff with the home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here you are, Dar es Salaam, and we are the lucky guys that we have a first person that we are talking to you right now.
Yes, sir.
So apart from the media tour, are you also planning to do, to hit the studios and record with Tanzanian MCs and artists?
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying to create new relations and expanding our reach. So when I'm out here, just depending on how things play out, I actually have a meet and greet later tonight, with some of the key artists here, which is beautiful. We'll see what emanates from that. But I've had conversations with the likes of Joe McKinney. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can do something. And Diamond is always in South Africa. We haven't really interacted properly, but the last time I spoke to him was at the Mamas a couple months ago in Durban. And let's see how that relationship works out, but I'd love to do some stuff with him as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long are you gonna stay here in Dar?
I'm here till Wednesday, and then Wednesday we're flying out to Kenya, Nairobi, to continue the rest of the East African takeover.
Kampala, Rwanda, Burundi, also planning to go there?
Yeah, we need to do all these places, bro. Like I said, it's all about just us, just me expanding my reach with the music, and also just showing the brothers at home that we need to actually get out to all these territories and activate ourselves, because they know the music, and vice versa. The guys from out here, we know their music back home, and Vanessa is in South Africa every other day. Diamonds is in South Africa every other day, but we hardly come this side.
Yeah.
So we just want to adopt that culture, and being able to make the whole of Africa our territory, just like how the Nigerian guys are doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the plan. That's the general plan. You know what I mean? Take over.
Okay. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it, brother.
Wish you the media tour and all things that you're doing.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, when I come back,
Yeah.
you know, we can kill a couple shows out here.
Yeah, sure.
Do like a proper, you know, little tour in Tanzania, and yeah, man, just team up with some of the guys, and looking forward to my next hit out here, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? And yeah, man, let's continue building Tanzania. That's God signing out.
Thank you, bro.